Ever wondered how much sugar you consume in a day? It's a curious question, isn't it? The average person might guess a few teaspoons, maybe even a handful of sugar cubes, but the reality, it's quite a bit more than that, and it's not only because we have a sweet tooth. You see, sugar has set a trap that most of us unknowingly walk into every single day. It's not just in the obvious places like cakes and candy, it's hiding. It's in that morning cup of coffee, that healthy granola bar, the tomato sauce on your pasta, even in your favorite salad dressing. It's the silent ingredient, the hidden villain. And this isn't just about your weight or your teeth. It's about your overall health, your energy levels, your longevity. So, are you ready to uncover the truth? Stay with us as we delve into the not-so-sweet truth about sugar. Sugar, it's sweet, it's addictive, and it's everywhere. But is it good for you? These questions have been plaguing health enthusiasts and scientists alike for years. Now let's take a moment to ponder upon the omnipresence of sugar in our diets. It's in our morning cup of coffee, in our healthy fruit yogurt, in our favorite brand of cereal, and even in that supposedly nutritious granola bar. Yes, sugar is everywhere, lurking in the most unexpected corners of our grocery aisles, but what makes sugar so addictive? Why is it that we find ourselves reaching for that second slice of cake or that extra dollop of ice cream? The answer lies in our brain's reward system. When we consume sugar, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that makes us feel good. It's the same chemical that's released when we fall in love or achieve a major milestone. So, in a way, our brain is wired to crave sugar. Now, you might be thinking, well, if sugar makes us feel good, then it can't be that bad, right? Not quite. Numerous experts in the field of nutrition and health have voiced their concerns about the harmful effects of sugar. It's been linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even certain types of cancer. And that's not all. Sugar also leads to tooth decay and can have a detrimental impact on our mental health, leading to mood swings and depression. So it's not just about the extra calories, it's about the havoc that sugar wreaks on our bodies and our minds. And the worst part, most of us are completely unaware of the amount of sugar we consume daily. It's hidden in our food labels, masked by words like fructose, glucose, and sucrose. As we see, sugar might just be the sweet poison we all willingly consume. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. There are ways to cut down on sugar, and we'll be discussing these in the next segment. Stay tuned. Don't just take our word for it, let's hear from the experts. First up, we have Dr. Sweet, a renowned nutritionist who has spent the last 20 years researching the impact of diet on human health. She states, excessive sugar consumption is like a silent alarm. Initially, it may seem harmless, but over time it can lead to serious health conditions such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Next in line, we have Professor Kane, a medical doctor who specializes in endocrinology. He explains when you consume too much sugar, your body has to work overtime to process it. This can lead to insulin resistance, which is a precursor to diabetes. It's a slippery slope, and the best way to avoid it is to limit your sugar intake. Then there's Dr. Sakharin, a leading researcher in the field of pediatric nutrition. She emphasizes children are particularly vulnerable to the effects of high sugar intake. It can affect their growth, cognitive development, and even their behavior. The problem is sugar is often hidden in foods marketed towards children, making it difficult for parents to monitor. Lastly, we have Dr. Glucose, a dentist who has seen firsthand the impact of sugar on oral health. He says, tooth decay is one of the most common chronic diseases in children, and it's largely preventable. One of the key culprits is sugar. It feeds the bacteria in our mouths, leading to cavities. So what's the takeaway from these experts? It's simple. Too much sugar can have wide-ranging impacts on our health, from our teeth to our metabolic systems. It's not just about weight gain or cavities, it's about overall health and well-being. While it's not necessary to eliminate sugar entirely, it's vital to be mindful of our intake, especially for our children. Opt for natural sugars found in fruits and vegetables, and be wary of hidden sugars in processed foods. The consensus is clear: too much sugar is bad for our health. I think you don't consume much sugar? You might be surprised. Sugar is a sneaky substance. It hides in the most unexpected places, lurking in the foods we consume daily. It's not just in your desserts or your morning cup of coffee, it's in your bread, your yogurt, even your sauces. Let's start with bread. Yes, that's right, your daily sandwich or toast might be a hidden source of sugar. Many commercial breads list sugar as an ingredient, and it's not just a pinch. Some loaves can contain up to a teaspoon of sugar per slice. Then we have yogurt. Often touted as a healthy snack or breakfast option, yogurt can be a sugar minefield. While naturally occurring sugars are present in all dairy products, many yogurts are loaded with added sugars, sometimes even more than what you'd find in a candy bar. Sauces, too, are notorious sugar carriers. From your favorite barbecue sauce to that tangy ketchup, sugar is often a main ingredient. It's not uncommon to find 4 to 5 teaspoons of sugar in just a single serving of these sauces. But it's not just the presence of sugar that's alarming, it's the disguise it wears. Food companies use different names for sugar to camouflage its presence. Glucose, fructose, sucrose, maltose, dextrose, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, cane juice, maltodextrin. The list goes on. All these are sugar's aliases, and they're just as harmful. So why should we care? Well, too much sugar can lead to a host of health issues, from obesity to heart disease, from type 2 diabetes to tooth decay. It's a silent threat to our health, one that we often invite in without realizing. Knowledge is power, and now that we know where sugar hides, we can make more informed choices about what we eat. Check those labels, look out for those hidden sugars, and remember, just because it doesn't taste sweet doesn't mean it's sugar-free. It's clear that sugar has infiltrated our diets in more ways than one. What happens when you consume too much sugar? A question that sparks curiosity and concern. Let's dive into the bitter truth hidden beneath the sweet indulgence. As we overindulge in sugar, our bodies face a multitude of health adversities. Obesity, for instance, is one of the most rampant consequences. When we consume more sugar than our bodies need, the excess is converted into fat and stored away, leading to weight gain. Unfortunately, obesity is not just a standalone issue, it's the forerunner of numerous other health conditions, such as heart disease and high blood pressure, significantly reducing one's lifespan. Now, let's talk about diabetes, another prominent health issue associated with high sugar consumption. When we constantly overload our systems with sugar, our bodies struggle to maintain stable blood sugar levels, leading to type 2 diabetes. This condition, marked by insulin resistance, is a lifelong battle that can severely impact the quality of one's life. Heart disease, often overlooked in the sugar conversation, is another silent killer. High sugar consumption can lead to weight gain, inflammation, and high blood pressure, all risk factors for heart disease. Over time, these conditions can lead to a buildup of plaque in the arteries, increasing the chances of heart attacks and strokes. Moreover, the impact of sugar isn't only physical, it can also affect our mental health. Studies have shown a link between high sugar diets and an increased risk of depression. The roller coaster of highs and lows that sugar puts your body through can also lead to mood swings and anxiety. Finally, let's not forget about our oral health. Sugar is the #1 enemy of our teeth, leading to cavities and gum disease. It's not just about a sweet smile, it's about overall oral health. The evidence is damning. Sugar is a major contributor to many health issues. This statement isn't to scare you, but to make you aware. Awareness is the first step towards change. So let's take that step and make healthier choices for our future. After all, life is sweet enough without the excess sugar. So what can you do about it? It may seem like a challenge, but there are practical and manageable steps you can take to reduce your sugar intake. Let's start with reading food labels. We often underestimate the amount of sugar lurking in our everyday foods. Start paying attention to the labels, and you'll soon realize how much you can cut back just by making informed choices. Next, consider fresh fruits as your go-to snacks. They are nature's candy, brimming with essential nutrients and natural sweetness. So when the craving strikes, reach for an apple or a bunch of grapes instead of that candy bar. And remember, it's not about complete elimination, it's about moderation. Every small step towards reducing your sugar intake counts and adds up to a significant impact over time. Remember, a little effort today can lead to a healthier, sugar-free tomorrow. So let's make that effort together.